This is for the people of the criminal justice system. This is for people that have been locked up for stupid offenses, all the way from walking across the street, jaywalking, and the police can't mind their own business and they stop you, right? This, just because you look a certain way doesn't mean that you are a certain way. A person can have tattoos, a person could be drinking a beer. Doesn't mean that they're a bad person, doesn't mean that they're drunk. If you see a person with a cigarette, doesn't mean that they're high. If cigarettes are legal, alcohol is legal, then why don't cops go and find somebody that is doing something more, illegal than somebody that's doing something legal, right? When a person gets sent to court, right, and these are passed against them, who the hell are you to judge, right? God judges, not us. Why would you judge somebody if you can't even judge yourself, right? Work with me here, people. Then, you have a lot of cops out here that say, oh, we're good, we're this, we're that. How many cops do you think don't smoke marijuana when they get home? How many cops do you not find in a bar, right? This is what I'm here to say. Stereotyping, which means judging somebody according to what you see, not what you don't know, is wrong. And I will be the first to say that. If you cannot change yourself going to cops, judges, the criminal justice system, and lawyers, who the hell are you to say to somebody else, change, right? When somebody gets locked up for 20 years and they didn't do nothing wrong and they still get judged years later, that's wrong. What makes you think that the people who are not judging haven't done nothing bad themselves? Unless you walk on water, unless you have not sinned ever in your life, then cast that first stone. But guess what, homie? Everybody has sinned, including me, right? But it takes someone big in order to admit where they're wrong. It takes someone big in order to admit that a defeat and to do change, right? This is what I'm here to say, okay? I understand that a lot of people don't like a lot of people, okay? By the way they look and all that, right? But if you don't like being judged yourself by how you look, by how you talk, by how you dress and all that stuff, you have no room to talk yourselves, right? So this goes out to all the police that shamefully lock up people due to their past because they're ex-convicts, right? They have tattoos. Or God forbid, they're jealous because their clothes look better than the cops, right? This is the message I have for you. Number one, you guys don't walk on water. Number two, you guys, just because you have a badge, doesn't mean that makes you superior over everybody. Because guess what, homie? Without that badge, you're just like everybody else. Even with that badge, you're just like everybody else, all right? And number three, perfect example of stereotypes. Look how I'm dressed. But I don't represent. But if I go out like this, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be picked up. But I don't represent. But look how I'm dressed. This is what I'm saying. They'll judge me according to how I'm dressed, not according to what is. In the 10 Commandments, okay? The 10 Commandments, it says, thou shalt not, basically hate thy neighbor, right? What do you think that means? Break it down. Thou shalt not hate thy neighbor. In other words, just because you see somebody doesn't give you a right to hate them. Because they're also considered neighbors too. Everybody. Doesn't have to be next door. Doesn't have to be next door to you. Doesn't have to be 3 blocks away. It could be the whole world. Thou shalt not hate thy neighbor. Thou shalt love thy neighbor. In other words, you love them for their positive attributions and their dedication, motivation, and inspiration for what they do for this world. The day that somebody judges you, be the bigger person and think about it. Just think about it real carefully. If God didn't judge you and gave his one sacrifice, his son's life for us, who the hell gives you the right to judge and basically turn your back on God? Who gives you that right? This is Inga, Delilah, Bahamonde, Hilda P. Cruz, Modesto Jr. III, signing off for Channel 5 News or whatever, freaking quackeristic, newscast they put me on. I'm just letting you know, I will spit the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Because I'm innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Viewer discretion is advised. Jenny.